we're not preparing people for success because a lot of times it's not in our vested interest.
Are schools being selfish? In essence, Gary Vee has made the point multiple times in different settings that schools are being selfish because they're taking the easy way out, rather than really putting forth programs that prepare people for their futures. We're giving them programs and training that doesn't really effectively train them. We here at Bethany Global University, we largely agree. There are a lot of schools being somewhat selfish. But the reality is we don't blame schools for this. We understand why schools do this. Frankly, it's really, really hard to produce custom programs for students to help prepare them for their specific vocations or career choices. It's hard to do. It's just easier to produce kind of a cookie cutter, one-size-fits-all program. And if any student wants to be unique or different, you kind of just shoehorn them or force them into the existing non-custom program. It's just too hard to do it differently than that. However, there are some schools that are doing it differently. Gary Vee is right. Lots of schools are being selfish. They're not focusing on the student nearly as much. We're not being adequate in the way we prepare students for their job choices. However, we believe that many schools are doing it differently. And maybe this sounds like I'm biased because I work here at Bethany Global University, but I do believe that we have taken a very different approach than many schools do. Gary Vee is right. Many schools are not custom in how they train their students. It's exactly the reason why we've sought to come up with a very customized niche program that is designed for a particular type of student. We recognize our school is not for everyone. And if schools did that, we think they'd be much more successful. They'd be much better at training students for what students are actually looking for and what students actually need as they go out into their potential vocations. Gary Vee is right that many schools are broken, but frequently guys like Gary Vee, they end up giving a solution that sounds something like skipping college. They would say the solution to the problem is skipping school altogether. We would disagree with that. We don't think the solution is skipping school. We think the solution is skipping the wrong schools.